So this video is all about social anxiety, filmmaking with social anxiety, tips and tricks on how you can manage the anxiety and yeah, improve your filmmaking. So this is going to be a short video. I'm just going to give you 3 tips, 3 things that helps me and something that I'm working towards. Obviously, I'm no pro, but I am someone who suffers with social anxiety. I have been a shy person since a very young age. There's photos of me like being by myself, and I don't really have many friends. I just have the one main best friend. But yeah, I am a shy person, and for so long I did not realize that I had social anxiety. I just thought, you know, I was a bit of a shy person. What's up, boy? Sorry, that's my cat. You alright, boy? Yeah, boy. So yeah, I've always been shy, and I didn't realize it was social anxiety until one day I just randomly until one day it just built up so much, and I went to the doctors and I was like, what is wrong with me? Is there something wrong with me? Why am I so shy? Why do I don't have panic attacks, but why am I so like, you know, dread things so much? And he was like, she was like, oh, you got social anxiety. I was like, oh wow, really? She gave me 2 options. One of them was to either go on meds, like antidepressants, which I thought was weird. I was like, antidepressants? But then obviously she explained that it does help with anxiety. I was like, no way, there's no way I'm going to drugs, because that doesn't really interest me. But then she's gave me a second option, and I was like to see this guy, this like shrink, I guess. So obviously those are the only 2 options. Definitely wasn't going to do any meds. So I went to see this dude. For someone that's shy and finds these things awkward, and you know, you got anxiety, being in a room one-to-one with some random stranger is awkward in itself, but it's all about talking and all that malarkey, and that didn't quite help me either. So I decided to leave those sessions, and I decided to do some research myself and try and work on improving my shyness, my anxiety going forward. Luckily, it is a thing that gets better as you grow older, I believe. I believe the older you get, the wiser you get. And to be honest, I don't want to swear or anything, but the less you give a f***. So yeah, so generally as the older you get, the more life experience you will get, the less anxious and shy you will be. But these are my 3 tips. I've been talking for so long. 3 tips, let's get in there. The first one is, I'm sorry. Oh, by the way, these 3 tips, you're gonna hate me. If you're like a really anxious person, if you're a really shy person, you're gonna hate me, because they're not gonna be too nice. But if you slowly work at it, it'll be good. Tip number 1, exposure therapy. You have to expose yourself. Bruh. no, not in that way. Not in that way. But you have to head towards your fears. Whatever's making you anxious, you have to head towards it. You can't turn away. If you turn away, if you bury your head in the sand, if you turn your back on it, if you put your head under the covers, and if you just leave it, you do nothing about it, it will just get worse and worse and worse. You have to turn around and you have to face your fears. Exposure therapy. The more you expose yourself to this thing that's making you anxious, the less it will affect you. So for example, I'll use public speaking as an example. This is something that may affect quite a lot of people. People who've got social anxiety and people who haven't. Most people are scared of public speaking. Imagine you had something to public speak about. You had a speech that you had to do for your work or for your college or whatever, and it was in a month's time. Instead of just dreading it for a month, you have to do things that will help you, do things that will give you confidence. Shyness and anxiety is all about what I think, the fear of like doing something wrong in front of people judging you, and yeah, just not being confident and comfortable in what you're gonna do, the thing you're gonna perform or whatever it is. So public speaking, you'd be worried about the speech, you'd be worried about going wrong, you'd be worried about looking like an idiot in front of people. So you got 4 weeks for this speech. You need to work towards this speech. There's this saying called action cures fear. You have to do something, work towards this speech. practice the speech. Do the speech, exposure therapy, do the speech in front of friends. And then once you're comfortable doing it in front of friends, add in another person. So do the speech in front of them. So it's just little things like that. Little things that you keep doing to improve the thing. And the more you do it, the better you get. The more comfortable you'll be, the less anxious you'll be on the day. By the time of 4 weeks of practice, 4 weeks of prep, 4 weeks of action cures fear, 4 weeks of practicing the speech in front of people and increasing the size, by the time comes for you to talk, you would know that speech inside and out because you've done it so many times, you're fed up with doing it, that you're just gonna walk out on that stage and you're just gonna bust it out. Simple as that. But if you spent that 4 weeks, just in your bed, chilling, dreading, then I'm sorry, you're just gonna fluff it and you're gonna be anxious on the day. So action cures fear. Simple as that. You have to do something that will help cure that fear. For anything, it's like a life advice. Anything, if you got debt and it's like bugging you, write down 20 things that you can do now and then start busting them out straight away. One thing, just tick it off, 20 things, and work towards clearing that debt. Action cures fear. So when it comes to filmmaking and anxiety, mixing it up, then you have to prepare for your shoot, prepare as much as possible. Like this wedding, I knew there was gonna be a lot of people there, I knew there was gonna be a lot of pressure, and yeah, for someone like me, it's like a high anxious situation. It's just a high state, and so I knew I had to prepare loads, work out what I was going to do, study some courses, work out where I was going to put the camera. Ideally I should have met the couple beforehand, that would have helped my anxiousness, but that didn't happen. But luckily I was communicating with the bride at least for quite a while on the internet. So yeah, I don't know if you're finding these tips helpful, but I just hope that there's someone who's watching this who maybe like have shyness or social anxiety and they're not going out to film because they're too afraid to film. Like, I hope that you're watching this, and I hope that I'm telling you now that you can do what you want to do. I hope this pandemic has made you realize that life is short. Life is short. Something could happen and just like totally, literally nearly wipe out the world. When the pandemic first happened, that was like, you know, horror film thing. No one predicted this kind of thing. So life is short. Don't let shyness, anxiety stop you from doing what you want to do. If you want to film, go out and film, practice filming. If you want to vlog in public, then just do it. Build yourself up. Action cures fear. Do little things repeatedly, daily. Exposure therapy. Expose yourself to that fear constantly, and then it'll get less and less. These are just my tips. I haven't really done as much scientific research as you can probably tell, but if you found it useful, helpful, please do like and subscribe. Please do let me know if this has been helpful for you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.